Let's jump right in. If you're a focused learner looking to level up in the hospitality industry, you are in exactly the right place. Today in this explainer, we're decoding a massive professional evolution. How tactical, on-the-floor shift managers transform into strategic, executive-level orchestrators. We've got the data, the expert interviews, and the real-world operational documents to show you precisely what it takes to stop just surviving a shift and start architecting a highly profitable system.
So here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with the systems architect mindset, move into mastering operational control, break down driving financial performance, hit curating the guest experience, and finally, look at leveling up your career.
All right, Section 1, the systems architect mindset. Achieving true executive growth requires a massive mental shift in how you view the hospitality ecosystem. You have to stop reacting and start designing.
To make this shift, you've really got to master a simple three-pillar framework. Step 1 is leading yourself, getting your baseline discipline and emotional control dialed in. Step 2 is leading people, which is all about proactive coaching and culture building. But Step 3, that is where the magic happens, leading the business through data and systems. True directors and executive leaders operate almost entirely in that third step.
Just listen to the difference in how these two roles talk. A standard manager reacts to a symptom, right? They'll say, "Whoa, what happened? We're overstaffed." But a systems architect uses data to find the root cause. They're asking, okay, what does this mean? Labor is trending 6% above target without a corresponding bump in revenue. See the difference? The architect connects isolated KPIs into one cohesive ecosystem.
Which brings us to this absolutely brilliant orchestra conductor analogy. If you're an executive chef or a food and beverage director, you are there to manage the system, not chop the onions. Literally, if you're sweating on the line cooking the food or running around bussing tables all night, the system you built has fundamentally failed. You have to step back to conduct the orchestra.
Moving into Section 2, Mastering Operational Control. Let's look at exactly how top-tier executives build unbreakable daily operations that actually allow them to step back. A perfect real-world example comes from Philip Riamo over at Fairmont The Palm in Dubai. Talking about their Michelin-listed restaurant, Little Miss India, he points out that success relies on a hyper-micromanaged consistency formula. Take their famous Rogan Josh. All the ingredients are pre-measured and containerized. The recipe is identical from January to July. It's that meticulous structural consistency combined with real-time service coaching that wins a Michelin nod. But how do you manage the physical tools to pull that off? Well, industry expert Steve Turk has a golden rule for pair levels, which is your baseline inventory. And the magic number is 3. You need at least 3 of everything. Let's say pool towels. You need 1 set active on the floor, 1 resting in storage, and 1 in transit or in the wash. This mathematical baseline prevents operational bottlenecks before they ever happen. Of course, maintaining that control takes some serious daily hygiene. You can't just blindly hit repeat order on your supplies. You've got to physically count your inventory, rotate older stock to the front, and, this is key, ruthlessly eliminate bottom sellers from your menu every single month. Keep dead stock out of your freezers, and keep things fresh and profitable.
All right, Section 3, Driving Financial Performance. Because at the executive level, every single operational touchpoint we just covered is really a financial lever in disguise.
Think about where you actually print money versus where you burn it. If you want to print money at a resort, you focus on sugar, flour, and ice. Frozen drinks and desserts generate massive margins because those core ingredients cost practically pennies. On the flip side, mismanaged proteins, steaks, chicken, fish, that burns money. Overcook a premium steak and get it sent back? You literally just threw high-cost inventory straight into the garbage.
Take a look at this number, $48. That is what a standard banquet wine might sell for to a large corporate event. But that exact same entry-level bottle often costs the hotel a mere $4. 4. This highlights the dramatic markups hiding right in plain sight when you understand event catering and bulk beverage programs.
Here's another massive lever, your breakfast capture ratio. The target is 35%. Think about it. You have an entire building full of sleeping guests. If you aren't capturing at least 35% of those guests for breakfast before they hit the streets to explore the city, your menu, your pricing, or your marketing needs an immediate fix.
And let me tell you, these local metrics roll straight up to the corporate level. You might think food costs are just a local restaurant issue, but look at the actual SEC EDGAR filings for Marriott International from May 2026. Your unit's financial performance directly impacts those public earnings reports that Wall Street analysts obsess over. That right there is why systems architects are so highly valued.
Moving to Section 4, curating the guest experience. Protecting those financial margins is completely impossible if you don't curate a world-class guest environment. The numbers only work if people actually want to be there. Take Steve Turk's Vibe Checklist, for example. Guests are paying for an atmosphere. If your evening restaurant lighting is hospital bright, or if you're blasting an aggressive club beat at 6 p.m., people are going to feel completely out of place. They'll leave before they ever order that high-margin second round of drinks. An architect controls the vibe just as tightly as the budget. Part of that guest experience is building trust. Take the 100-point wine rating scale, using some great insights from the Philly Wine School. Sure, a 95-point wine is extraordinary, but the 88 to 91-point range, that is the ultimate sweet spot for value. If you train your staff to confidently recommend an 89-point wine, you're offering an amazing experience without insulting their wallet. That builds incredible long-term loyalty.
Finally, Section 5, leveling up your career. How do we tie all these operational skills together into actionable 2026 career-building strategies?
First, understand the timeline. Going from entry-level to a director or general manager usually takes 4 to 7 years. Why so fast? Because hospitality uniquely rewards rapid execution and measurable results over just putting in years of tenure. Fix a labor leak or boost a capture ratio and you will get promoted, period.
But to get that promotion, you have to get past the automated screening. According to executive resume experts at CVL, passing the applicant tracking systems in 2026 requires specific tech literacy. We're talking about Opera PMS, Hot Sauce for guest management, Tableau for data visualization, and Core AI literacy.
And when you do land the interview, you must speak the language of leadership. Don't just say, "I worked really busy shifts." Quantify your exact results. Say, "I reduced labor from 33% to 27% while increasing sales." That is exactly how a systems architect sounds.
As we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with one final question to think about. Are you just managing a shift, or are you architecting a system? I challenge you to take that orchestra conductor mindset into your very next day on the job. Step back, analyze the data, control the vibe, and start building systems that practically run themselves. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Keep learning, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.